All right, Saturday morning, back out here on the old A65. Let's see what we get done today. All right, getting this prepped up to set the cylinder on and install the pistons to the rods. Did a little cleaning in here. As you can imagine, the silicone smear, when you tighten it up, squeezes out on the outside. It does on the inside too. Yeah. A little bit of that with those tools. Got that out of there. Actually, the shop vac with the Tygon tube attached to it and did a little vacuum job. There's obviously certain areas you can't reach, but from what I've seen with jet ski engines using like a 3-bond or a Yama bond or whatever they call for mating the case halves, you'll have stuff squeezed out on the inside that obviously you can't get to on those engines just the way those two strokes are arranged. Once they're buttoned up, there's not a whole lot of access, but that stuff usually just stays right where it's at. My concern is stuff like, oil holes like that and that for the cam. But the stuff that I can't get to is on the other side of the flyweight, and it's down at the bottom there. The screen on the sump will do its job. But yeah, going to clean the cylinders with some ATF. With some clean rags, give them a wipe through. Once I'm happy with how those are cleaned, I'm going to take a rag of this 2050 and coat the cylinders, just with a rag type wipe them out real good, whether cylinders are lube, but nothing crazy. I would call it like a semi-dry install of the cylinder, pistons, and rings. I'm not lubing the pistons like the book says. I've heard people dunking them in oil or something. That's with the rings on them. That seems a bit much. But it does say to coat clean engine oil to the pistons. Apply a coating. Yeah, I'm gonna wipe the cylinder walls basically. Enough yakking about it, huh? You can tell or not, sump plate's off. What's squeezed out down around here in the bottom is pretty minimal. A little different than the dirt bikes where you install that gasket. You install a gasket dry. These case halves, you use a compound silicone or whatever. But yeah, I figured I'd show the sump plate side of it. All right, real quick, it's one of the rags from earlier. I first started wiping them out. There's some other rags with ATF, and then I quit putting ATF on them. I start wiping them to get the ATF off the walls. Now I'm down to about that. Not a whole lot on here. I think that stuff that's on there is from what was on the ridge here, that type stuff. But yeah, gonna flip it over, do a few more wipes with the dry cloths, and yeah, gloves, good idea with the ATF and the brake cleaner or anything like that. Then I'll use the oil on the rags, coat cylinder walls. Gonna do assembly lube there on the cam followers. All right, it's my last rag there from the bottom side here. Gonna start using the engine oil. All right, cam stuff's taken care of with the assembly lube. Got 2 rags in there with oil. Got them wiped off pretty good from the bottom side. Gonna flip it over, do the top side, and let it sit and move on to the pistons. All right, got the one piston on. Those circlips are in. That pin's lubed up. That circlip's in. Let's see here. I'm deciding on if I'm going to use the high tack on the paper gasket or not. This cylinder base gasket. Anyhow, think about that over lunch. Get you guys set up here and so you can maybe see what's going on here. We'll see. Might delete on this. My big head gets in the way. Like butter. little excess assembly lube there. All right, there we have her. 2 pistons installed. It's the small victories, right? All right, like I said, lunchtime. All right, I got one piston ring compressor installed. Just gonna show you, I'm showing how the rings are gapped out. Oil ring, separation not as important as the top 2. Book here states 120 degrees. But yeah, gonna throw the other ring compressor on and get the base gasket going here. All right, there's the base gasket. Still on the fence on using that high tack. Took that one block out of there. I'm gonna stick that gasket on there dry real quick, just see how it goes. Yeah, the more I thought about that, putting that on dry. I'm gonna get set up here. See how this goes. Okay. I'm going to take those off there. The rings are in the cylinders at this point. All right, as you can see, I got one of the compressors off. A little tricky. Why didn't film it? Good idea. Why didn't put that gasket on wet? That's something I do with the jet skis. Picked that up from SBT. I've done it on a snowmobile engine too, but this situation, yeah, it wouldn't be good. Good thing I didn't use it. It would have definitely made a mess. All right, I'm gonna work on getting the other compressor off here. All right, just want to pay attention to the cam followers there. All drop down. Obviously, that ring compressor's still on there. I'm gonna recruit this bigger wood here and go across in this area and take these out here to get that compressor out. Well, I wasn't able to get, once I started putting the Jenga and pulling the Jenga, my hands are full. Wasn't able to hit the record button. You get the idea. A little bit of finagling. Thought I was going to have to call the little one out here for a second set of hands to pull the wood out for me, but I managed to get her done. Let's look at the gasket. There's also right here, these have like an alignment hole or a alignment bushing. holes here, bushings there. Those are in the proper place. Gonna pull out the sticks and run her down. Oh. There it is. A little bit bumpy, but it's on there. It's moving a little bit. I don't want to do it a lot, but it's got movement. I gotta find the nuts. Well, can't tell if you can really see that, but cam's going smoothly. Those go up and down. Pistons go back and forth. Found my bag, A65 cylinder. Found my studs, and if you're looking at that engine, that bike, looks like there's no washers that go on these base nuts. I'll double check in the book, but yeah, tighten down evenly. Let's see, general data, page 31 for the torques. Go take a look at the torques here on 31. All right, cylinder barrel nets, 5/16, 18 foot-pounds. Looks like there's a cylinder head bolt. You got 5/16, 3/8, cylinder head nuts, 3/8. A real quick trick here. Yep, those are 5/16. I could tell. 5/16 wrench. That's 5/16. So, gonna get my nuts out of there and get them started. Gonna use some blue Loctite also. All right, got some blue Loctite on those. Those are the 8 nuts. Hold the cylinder down. Gonna have to do a conversion to inch pounds. I don't have a foot pounds. It goes down to 18. Let me get those started here. All right, here's what I got going on. I got no 1/4 inch British standard crow's foot to get in here. These are kind of close. Don't want to risk messing up the hardware. My 1/4 inch drive torque wrench goes up to 200 inch pounds. So for 18 foot pounds, my 3/8 drive goes to 20 at the lowest, which not the greatest accuracy at the lowest, but I got this back one at 20 already, got a feel for it. This one needs a little more. Oh, it's right there, I guess. Yeah. So where I'm grabbing that thing at and using this box 7 wrench. Set this up on a turntable. Getting a good feel of where it's at. And I don't really consider Loctite wet like NICs for messing with torques or tightening. That's good. Kind of get a feel for it, kind of like them case half bolts. Better position on that one. Hey. That's it. After it's ran to, I'll come back and wrench check these cylinder base nuts after I've heat cycled it. That's good. Just gonna go around it one more time. Let's double check them. No sense on taping that. All right, we got the cylinder on there. She's all tightened down. Let's look at the oil pickup pipe here. And need to put some O-rings on there, obviously. It doesn't show a washer or anything for that bolt. It shows the O-rings and the pickup pipe. Over here looking at this other bike, and pretty sure I want to put that pickup pipe on before I try sticking the engine in the frame. If you can see, it's kind of tight there. It sits right above that frame tube. Yeah, I might get it in the frame tomorrow. I gotta go back to work tomorrow, but might get it in there if I get up early. We'll see. But yeah, that might be it for this weekend. Definitely plan on doing the head next weekend. And if I don't get the engine in the frame tomorrow, I'll maybe get that in one of these mornings before heading to work. But yeah. Thanks for following along. Feel free to drop a comment or a like and subscribe. Have a good week or weekend, one or the other. Later.